What's the crack, guys? Welcome back to the vlogs, and sorry I haven't been vlogging in the last few days or haven't been uploading in the last few days, but basically we've had a load of new members and gym was really busy, but I am trying to get this stuff done, so really trying. This was my lower body power style workout. Now this is more of a sports based workout, whereas my other lower body day is more of a strength building, hypertrophy type workout. I'm starting off with high hang, high pull, and I'm really just trying to generate force around my hip, improve my explosiveness, and I'm supersetting that with a mixture of jumps, broad jumps, which is a double leg forwards jump, and single leg bounds, so single leg forwards jumps. And during my rest periods there, I am doing some ankle eversion, which is what you're seeing with the band. Now that eversion is to strengthen up the lateral muscles on the ankle joint, and this is something that I have identified myself as a weak area because typically every single year I have some kind of an ankle injury which is keeping me from training or keeping me from playing games. So for you, that rehab might be something different. It might be a stretch to increase your mobility somewhere, but for me it's ankle rehab. With this style of training, basically I'm doing some kind of a resistance movement, but it's a power based movement. So I'm moving something at speed. It's not a max rep, and then after that I am working in some kind of a lighter plyometric type move, and this is called contrast training, and the whole purpose is to try and increase your power. After that I moved on to front squats, and with my front squats I just worked in some skills work, so just a bit of kicking off the wall, and I'm just concentrating on the connection with the ball and my foot eye coordination. So I do a good few drills working on kind of foot eye coordination, because that's something I identified about a year ago that was really poor. Again, for you that is probably a stretch. After that I moved on to hip thrusts. Hip thrusts are really good for building your glutes, and big strong glutes are really good for running fast. If you think about a hip thrust, we're moving in a backwards to forwards motion, and that is reflective of sprinting. If you think about a squat, it's an up and down. When you're going up and down, you're jumping in the air. But if you're playing sport, you want to be able to run quickly forwards and in a backwards forwards direction, and the glute thrust mimics that, which is why it's a really good movement to do if you're looking to build some speed. Takes a bit of while to get it right. Weight through your heels, 90-degree angle at the knees at the top, shoulder blades up on the bench. You don't have to go all the way to the floor. Make sure you have a pad on your bar, or else it's going to be very uncomfortable. I am adding some mini bands around my knees here to keep my knees out to the side, and that's just going to bring a little bit more glute med. That is a good addition to this exercise. I'm supersetting that with ab wheel rollouts. After that leg workout, I got into my very first HIIT session, and this was really tough. Basically what I did was I picked 8 movements. I did 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I did 3 rounds. I tried to incorporate a good few sports-based movements that would be reflective of football. I gave myself a 2-minute rest period, and during that rest period I just focused on some kicking. It's always good to practice your skills when you're fatigued. On the second and third set, I actually got the full use of the track, so instead of doing the broad jumps, I finished off with sprints up and down, and I just soloed the ball with those. So that's an example of like a HIIT session that I need to get doing more. I have to get doing more of those. I've been doing a few sprints, but I need to be doing more hits, and they're a really good way of increasing your VO2 max or getting your fitness levels up. I'm going to let you enjoy a little bit of this, because I know the people in the gym would love to see me go through a little bit of pain, so I'm going to leave it roll for a second. Alright, so it is Saturday, and it is the day after my very first HIIT session, and I am knackered after it. So that HIIT session was late last night. So we did legs, then I did the HIIT session, went home, went to bed, up at 9:30 in the morning to be into the gym to set up for our testing day, and now we're doing our testing day. I didn't get to participate in the testing as much as I would have liked, because there was a good few people there, and I just needed to make sure that it ran smoothly. So I didn't do all the tests, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but I'm hoping next next month I'll get them. But I got the most important one done, which I'm going to show you in a little while. So this is Mike the Machine, and he was going for 200 kilo hex bar deadlift, and he was shy by 2.5 kilos. He got 197.5. I think he got 197.5 as far as I know. I know we're going to hit the 200 kilos next month, so I'm really looking forward to that. Chest up and out. There you go. Good job. Alright, so this is the 150s test, and we finished off with 150s with everyone. And if you've ever done 150s before, you know they're horrible. They're just so bad. So everyone finished off with the 150s. This was the test that I really wanted to do. I ended up having a few clients afterwards, so when I got to about 2 o'clock in the evening, I got my 150s done. I'm here with Kush, an old friend. He's there to make sure that if I pass out, that someone will be there to help me. Just a little bit of a dynamic warm-up, a couple of sprints to start off, and then I go into it. It's 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. It's shuttle runs. Each shuttle that you pass is counted as 5 meters, and you're trying to get as high a score as you can. You do 6 in total. So work for 30 seconds, rest for 30. Work for 30, rest for 30. 6 in total. And I'm going to count up my score here now and let you know what I got. This is something that I really need to work on. I felt, I haven't watched it yet. I actually haven't watched it back, but I felt I struggled massively with my breathing. My lungs that day in particular felt really tight. There can be a massive difference for me personally between a day where my lungs are good and a day where my lungs are bad. So whatever score I get on this, I'm really hoping that the next time I do it, it's a lot higher. And I am using this test as a major performance indicator. So I still haven't watched the test. I'm just going to finish off this voiceover and then I'm going to play it through and see what I got. But afterwards, I had to just sit down for about a half an hour because I was just so tired, and anyone who's done it before will know that your lungs are just about to explode. So I had to just relax for a while. After that, I wanted to finish off some movements for the lower limbs. I did single leg RDLs and sissy squats. These were things that I wanted to do the night before. I just didn't get the time to do them. And I saw Kush doing some sled pulls, and I thought, Kush man, they look really good. Let me try some of those. I went home. I went to bed because I was so tired after doing those 150s and my late night session the night before. I was up late working, I didn't sleep that much. Went home, went for a nap, got up, Christmas party. So what you're about to see is some footage from the Christmas party that we had, our gym Christmas party. This is towards the middle of the night where we're moving from one location to another, and I just took out the camera to take a few photos. I ended up taking a video by accident. So it's a little bit blurry, but this is some of the crew, and these people are such good people. I have so much love for these people, and we had a great night. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and I can't wait for the next night out.